This is Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. You listen to the XY show, and I think you'll really enjoy it. If you don't, oh well.
The opinions expressed on the X and Y show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. Welcome to another segment of the XY Show. And I'm your host, Roosevelt. And we are so close to St. Patrick's Day. Man, this year's flying by. We're already, halfway through March. The time has jumped forward. And, before you know it, we'll be back in hurricane season. Oh my goodness. For those of you who have been listening to the XY show, I really hate living in Florida. I really do. You people don't understand. You northerners always, I wish I was in Florida. I wish I could go to the beach and tan and all that bullshit. It's all pretty until you get here. You're paying more for insurance. You're paying high-ass rent. You're paying high mortgages because you got to insure the damn house. Then you got to worry about getting blowed off the damn planet 6 months out of the year. Fuck a beach. I haven't been in a beach since I was, I can't even remember. If I want to swim, I go in the pool. Fuck a beach. Anyway, and that's one of the reasons why I took a little break. I told you guys before I'd be taking periodic breaks because I'm really trying to get out of here. And I'm just, I work and then I come home and, I'm just looking for a place that I can go. I'm not going to go anywhere. There's, for my position and the salary that I require, there's places I can go, but I'm not going to go anywhere. I have, because the next place I go, it's going to be it. That's home until they put me in the ground. I'm not moving anymore. So that means I'm not going to California. I'm not going to Washington, Seattle or some shit. I'm paying like $2,000 for a bathroom. So I'm going somewhere where I can afford a nice home. It doesn't have to be 8.5 or anything. Just a nice home, and get 2 dogs, fence, and a garage. Oh, and a tub, a garden tub. That's all I want. And no hurricanes. I want winter. I want to change the season. It has to get cold. I'm simple. So I'm looking for that. So sometimes I get tired and I need a break. So something has to give. So that's why I haven't recorded in a couple of weeks. So, but I'm back now and I'm probably going to try to keep chugging until at least July or so. So anyway, I read a story that Dak Prescott, for those of you who don't watch football, he's a starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, and he was going to get married. He was engaged to get married, and it was called off because his fiance refused to sign a prenup. And I talked about prenups a while back. You really have to watch, someone who you thought you knew. That's obvious that she was after his money. If she really loved him, she would have signed that prenup. Simple as that. There's no other explanation. And even a regular guy nowadays getting married, I'm just a regular guy like myself, or someone who's not rich or a celebrity, has to watch when they marry, because they can get a lot of shit. The wife and the husband too, but 95% of the time it's the wife fucking the husband. It's they get the house, they get everything, they get half your damn pension and 401k. I thought years ago, the 401k was like, you couldn't touch that. Now they can touch your 401k. So nothing's safe. You got to be real careful who you want to say I do to. Just not that she got big titties and, nice ass and hairy pussy, like I like. It has to be a good woman. So, speaking of hairy pussies, that is what I am going to talk about tonight. I'm going to talk about women, basically, allowing themselves to satisfy the desires of pedophilic men. And when I say that, what I mean is a lot of women are walking around today with their pussies shaven. And it's not just the younger women, it's not, I'm talking about, when I say younger women, I'm talking about like the, 18 and 20-year-olds and stuff like that. You have women in their fucking late 40s, 50s, 60s shaving their pussies or getting their pussies waxed because men don't like hair on their pussies. Now, that's something that I've always thought was disgusting to me. A woman with no hair on her pussy is, when I see that, the first thing that comes to my mind is fucking idiot. And when I say that, because the woman allows herself to be disgraced, really, in my opinion. She's allowing herself to be disgraced for the desires of a pedophilic partner or husband or boyfriend. And I say they're pedophiles because what real man will want to see a pussy on a grown woman that looks like a little girl? I can even meet you me personally, I like a full bush. I like bush. I've been talking about this, for the for the duration of the XY show. That I like hairy pussies. I mean, when I see a woman in panties, if I see some hair coming out the side and out the top, oh shit. Oh man, I'm gonna fuck. Oh, that drives me crazy. I like a hairy pussy. And I like a little hair on the arms too. Shit. Hairy legs too. I'm not looking for a Sasquatch. I don't want to see, like Bigfoot and shit. But I like a hairy woman. I like a woman. A woman. And a woman to me is a woman that looks like she's going through puberty, which means she's going to have hair in her pussy. Now, the only place I don't like hair is the mustache. I don't like that shit. Shave that. But hairy pussy, and little hair on her arms. I like that. That's beautiful. That's what a man's supposed to like. A woman, a natural woman. A man is not supposed to like a woman looking like a girl. I'm going to say that again. A real man is supposed to like a woman who looks like a woman. A real man does not like a woman looking like a little girl. Think about it to yourself, ladies. And some of you damn silly ass women, you do. I used to date this girl, and I know naturally she had a hairy pussy because I used to see the buds, But where the pussy hair is supposed to be is not, and it's low. And I said, "Why you shave your pussy?" No, I get it waxed. She said it like it was like a badge of honor or some shit. She was so proud that she got her pussy waxed. That's even worse than shaving, because waxing, if you do it for so long, the hair never comes back, or it comes back in like a peach fuzz or some shit. You look like a fucking girl. And I think it's disgusting. And some of you silly ass women, I say you silly because some of you women will do anything to please a man, even if you're pleasing his inner pedophilic desires. And I say that because any man that wants a woman to look like a little girl got to be a fucking pedophile. You got to be a pedophile. You have to be. And a lot of you men say, no, Roosevelt, that's bullshit. No. Just because I don't like hair. Yeah, just because you don't like hair. Just because you want a woman to look like a little girl with no fucking hair, no pussy, looking like a cut hot dog, you are a fucking pedophile. You have pedophilic desires. You think about fucking a little girl when you're fucking your wife or your girlfriend or, someone that you just met. You have pedophilic desires. And a lot of women fall for that shit. A lot of women do anything. Oh, you like a bald pussy? Oh, yeah, sure. No. A lot of you women shave your pussies and wax, which is worse, to please these sick motherfuckers. Women always saying that they're so independent and they don't need a man to help them think and a man to do anything for them, and they can do this and do that and do that. Yet, you allow a man to work on your inner psyche to think that walking around with a pussy with no hair on it, even though you're a grown ass woman in your 30s and 40s and 50s, and some of you motherfuckers in your 60s, and you walk around with a bald pussy because that's what your man wants. That's some bullshit. Women always saying that they're independent and they can think for themselves. Then where is the independence? Show me independence by being influenced by a pedophile. He wants to see your pussy with no hair on it, and you accommodate him. You pleases him by getting rid of the hair, getting rid of your womanhood, a pick of your womanhood, a factor of your womanhood, which is to have hair on your pussy that says that you've gone through puberty and you are not a little girl. But yet you give that up because a motherfucker say, oh, shave that hair, that's disgusting. Let me tell you something, ladies. Anyway, before I get into that, let me tell you some benefits of having a hairy pussy. Now, I don't know, having a hairy pussy is really healthy. And it's not, actually having a shaved pussy is not healthy. I knew this for years, and you don't have to take my word for it. You can go to any gynecologist, ladies, that you go to, male or female, When I was a kid, I used to dream about being a gynecologist. And teachers used to always look at me. The female teachers look at me with this sinister look, like you just want to see pussy, and they was right. They were right. That's what I want to see. I want to see pussy. And I talked to this gynecologist one day, and he said, yeah, you get to see, yeah, but there's other things that you probably don't want to see. And he gave me the dark side of being a gynecologist, infections. And I want to just leave it there. And I changed my mind. I didn't want to be a gynecologist no more. It's not worth it, But anyway, how did I get on that tangent? Ladies, talk to your gynecologist. Ask them the benefits of having hair on your pussy. Now, a lot of you women a lot of you women are preppy and you're sedity and shit. You don't want a bush coming out of your panties. Okay, that's fine. I'm not saying that you have to do that. If you want to shave your pussy in a nice V, a little V or a little landing strip, okay, that's fine. Even though I would rather you let it grow natural, but I will take that than bald. And I think that is the issue with a lot of you women. You go from A to Z. There is no in between. A lot of you have hair or you have bald, and you want it that way. And let me tell you something, ladies. It looks disgusting. It looks like, there's been times where I'm about to get some pussy, and she takes her panties off, and she has a bald pussy. Now, don't get me wrong. She's still getting fucked. She's still getting fucked. But it just makes me feel weird. And I'm ladies, I'm not fucking with you. It makes me feel weird. It makes me feel like I'm fucking a little girl. It does. And I don't like to feel that way. I like to feel like I'm fucking a woman. And every woman with a bald pussy, it just didn't work for me. We never hit it off too long. Because I'm not a pedophile. And I don't have any pedophilic desires either. I don't want to see a grown woman with a little girl's pussy. But that's just me. A lot of you women out there, you go, you have relationships or you're married to men who are pussies. I think men who like a bald pussy, I think they're pussies. I think there are weak motherfuckers who have pedophilic desires. There's something not normal about those men or so-called men. Any man that want to see a woman looks like a little girl is a fucking freak. He's a fucking weak, punk-ass freak who has desires to be a pedophile. He's not telling you that that's what he desires, because a lot of you silly women just do what the man wants you to do, and then you don't question it. Some of you need to ask these men, why do you want to see a little girl pussy? Why do you want me to shave all my hair off? Just see what they say. I guarantee you 90% of them can't even give you a good reason. Oh no, I just prefer that. If they said something like the hair scratched my dick or something, I have sensitive skin on my dick, my shaft, the hair, it scratches my dick and it gives me a rash or something. I don't know, some bullshit. I would almost respect that. But most of those motherfuckers are going to say, I just prefer that. I just prefer, when I'm eating pussy, I don't want to get hair in my mouth. Punk ass dudes, man. Women, stop allowing these punk ass dudes dictate how your body looks. And you women spend a lot of money on that shit, getting waxed and, going in every month, or some of you every week because you got a lot of hair. Letting somebody put that beeswax on you and ripping your pussy hair out of your damn vulva and shit. you go through a lot of pain and you can't fuck because it's irritant, and you go through a lot of shit just to satisfy the desires of a fucking pedophile, in my opinion. Or just a regular punk ass dude. Stop allowing these men to dictate how your bodies look, ladies. Let me give you some benefits of a hairy pussy. And this is from Avant Gynecology. They're located in Piedmont, Atlanta. Got this off their website. You can go on their website. I'll give them a little bump. Their phone number is 404-352-2850. Give them a little free advertising, because I did get this information off their website, because I wanted to prove that there are benefits of having hair on your pussy. Ladies, listen. Some of the benefits. Damn, I should have worn my glasses. Damn. Some of the benefits are: it provides protection against friction that can cause skin irritation in this sensitive area. So that can mean your drawers, that can mean a dick, just anything that can cause friction. It provides protection from that. That's a benefit, ladies. Another benefit, it helps reduce the amount of sweat produced around the vagina. So that means your pussy won't be sweaty because the hair is soaking up some of the sweat. So your pussy won't be all sweaty and ultimately won't be smelly. That's a benefit, ladies. Also says it helps block your vagina from the following bacteria and infections. Listen, sexually transmitted infections, urinary tract infections, and yeast infections. Ladies, did you hear what I just said? Pussy hair helps block your vagina from the following bacteria and infections: sexually transmitted infections, urinary tract infections, and yeast infections. Some of you get yeast infections every week because you ain't got no hair on your pussy. You ain't got no hair on your pussy. That's why you're getting all these yeast infections. That's why you're getting all these urinary tract infections. And it's because of dicks going up in you too, because you ain't got no hair on your pussy. Ladies, that's a benefit. Pussy hair also helps regulate body temperature. You believe that? Just having pussy hair on your ass helps regulate body temperature. And it says, they ended with, it is not more hygienic to remove pubic hair. They end that with that. They end the benefits with saying that it is not more hygienic to remove pubic hair. Now that's coming from gynecologists. That's coming from pussy doctors, my favorite kind of doctors. And they're women. You look at their website, they're all women. Of course, they're not going to have any men working in an office, you know. Might give somebody like me. You know, just call me in for just the checkups. All the bad stuff, y'all can have that shit. That's coming from gynecologists. That's coming from the pussy doctors. They're telling you that that is not healthy. And let some of you silly ass women will go right out there getting your bikini waxes, waxing all the hair off your pussy because a man likes the way it looks. He likes having you look like a little girl. And a lot of you go for that shit. So my question is, you know, if you are allowing this man to dictate how your body looks, and you are, being complicit with that, of looking like a girl and satisfying your man's pedophilic desires, what does that say about you? What kind of woman are you? And some of you been waxing your pussies and shaving your pussy so long till, it's just, to change up now is probably almost impossible. You've been doing that dumb shit for so long. Some of you damn silly motherfuckers. But I challenge you today. Stop allowing these men, and even your husband, not just your boyfriend, or not just some guy you meet and you just fucking them, friends with benefits. Even your husband. Just because he's your husband doesn't mean he can't be a pedophile or have pedophilic desires. And if he does, you need to address that with him, because it's not normal. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. It's things that you desire, and it's fantasies that you have. Like, my fantasy is to be with like 20 women, different women, different sizes and different races, different ages, from the ages of 18 to like 70, and I'm fucking all of them back to back. And a lot of you say, oh, you couldn't, well, that's past the second one. No, I can. I have a talent. I got some good dick now. I'm not just bragging on myself. I have some real good dick. And women, when they get with me, they're lucky. And I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm not talking shit. I'm really not. I don't want you guys to think that I'm just thinking I'm the best fuck in the world. No, I'm not. But I have to give myself credit where it's due. I got some real good dick. And that is my fantasy. That's my fantasy. That's a fantasy that I know that'll probably never happen unless I pay for it, right? But having a fantasy of having your woman looking like a girl, that is a problem. That is a serious issue that you must address with your man, your husband, your boyfriend, because if he having secret pedophilic desires of wanting you, a woman, to look like a little girl, then what would he want in the future? What kind of thing is he capable of in the future if he wants some shit like that? That's something that you have to address. And also, stop allowing men to dictate how your bodies look. And the last thing, you wasting fucking money. All that fucking money you wasting by going into some Brazilian wax shop and having them pull hair out your ass. Stop it. It's ridiculous. You're a woman. You're a fucking woman. Stop looking like a little girl. Like I said, meet me halfway. If you don't want a full bush, like I like it, get an air strip. Get a nice V. Get a fucking heart. Get a few stripes. I don't know. But don't have your hair removed. Don't look like a little girl. You're a woman. And don't allow a man to make you look like a little girl. Because you're a woman. Women, stop doing that dumb shit. Be a woman. All right, that's tonight's episode. That's all I'm going to say to you. And remember that. And if some of you want to show me, send me pictures, of your ball pussy now and send it like a month from now. And I'll let you know how it looks, how you coming along. Just email me. It'd be our little secret. Now, if you're married, don't do it. I don't want to see your pussy. I don't have to be whooping somebody's ass over a picture. But anyway, check me out on any podcast venue that you might listen to. I'm everywhere. I'm on iHeart, Spotify, Apple. I'm everywhere. So just check me out wherever you listen at your leisure. Wherever you, I can't come in. I need me a drink. Wherever you listen to your podcast, I'm going to be there. So be sure to check me out. Also, you can check me out on my website. I have all my past episodes as well, www.xyshow.com, www.thexyshow.com. You can find every episode there. You can also find me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, and Instagram. So be sure to follow me as well and show your support, how you love the show. Be weary as well. You can send me contact information. Send me an email. Let me know how you like this episode and other episodes, or just say hello, or just send me a picture. And I'll be glad to hear from you because you are a true supporter of the XY Show. So I want you to thank you for listening to me. I will see you next week, and I want you all to remember you cannot have love or lust without X and Y. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.